you sure you're free? What else would I be doing?
Hey YouTube, this is Jeff, aka 11 Bronson, back with a new video in the new year. Happy New Year to each and every one of you. Hope you all had a great time celebrating. I'm pre-recording this on New Year's Eve, so by the time this will go up, it will already have been New Year's. But no, hope you all had a great time celebrating. I was out working, or I'm going out working. Well, by the time this video comes out, I was out working. I was working for New Year's Eve, so I didn't get time to celebrate as much as I wanted to, so I'm sort of catching up. I will be catching up the next day. Anyway, we have some pickups. We have quite a nice sizable stack for December. So back on track, we're actually in the new house. All done this time. Last time I was in the new house in the video, it was still under construction or whatever you want to call it, or still a work in progress or whatever. The living room here is all finished. Pretty much everything's all finished. All the stuff's there. The old house we've waved goodbye to. So we're finally settled in the new house. It was just in time for the holidays. I think it was in the last week before Christmas we finally had everything complete. We delivered. We turned in the keys to the old house. We said arrivederci. So it was right in time for the holidays. Luckily, we were able to enjoy the new house with the holidays. We didn't have to go through stress with the holidays. But yeah, no, everything is moved over here now. I got everything set up in the movie room. The 4K is set up and everything. The 4K TV. Movie room is still not 100% finished. I still need to do a bit of painting. I'm gonna paint the walls and everything, but that's gonna come now within the new year once I have finished everything and really have everything sort of organized 100%. I'm gonna do a little movie room video tour of the new movie room and show you all the good stuff. So anyway, but speaking of good stuff, this is a good segue. We're going to move into the update for December 2022, the final December, the final update of 2022. So hope you guys enjoy. Let's kick it off. Here we go. All right, let's start off with the DVD pickups for this month. I added a title to my Dolph Lundgren collection, excuse the glare. Missionary Man. This is a straight DVD film from, I think, 2007. Dolph Lundgren directed this one. Sort of a loose remake of the Clint Eastwood Western Pale Rider, in which Lundgren plays a biker who is sort of a modern update of Pale Rider. He plays a biker, rides into town, unknown past, a bit ghost-like, avenging a friend. There's a lot of scenes here that are just ripped straight from Pale Rider. An enemy sort of biker, I think this guy sort of rides into town at one point and says, so it's a blonde biker, he's being hired by the guy in the town. So we're dealing with this biker, blonde guy, and everything. He's describing him and he's like, I knew a man like that once, but he's dead. That's exactly like the scene in Pale Rider. However, they sort of fucked up with this film, with the transfer and everything, because it's an ugly looking film. It's almost black and white. The color grading is not done well. It's some sort of screw up with the lab. I think Lundgren once said that. I think he was very pissed off about it. He screwed up with the HD transfer, putting it onto DVD, which is a shame. Hopefully one day Lundgren will sort of get to revisit this film and maybe it gets re-released properly. I mean, not that anybody cares. It's just a straight to DVD film. Nobody really gives two craps about it, but I think it's a shame because it's an interesting concept, you know, having a sort of modernized Pale Rider with bikers and everything. It sounded cool to me on paper, but once I actually saw the film, it actually it wasn't all too good, but I'm still glad I checked it out nonetheless. And just another film added to my Dolph Lundgren collection. Here's another cheapie on DVD I was able to pick up. I haven't seen this film in years. Had a blast rewatching it. Last time I watched this was on VHS, for Christ's sakes. But Wesley Snipes' Passenger 57 in the old Warner Snapcase release. There it is. This was actually brand spanking new and seal. I got it for like €5, which maybe even less. I don't know. I got this one really cheap. But yeah, there you go. Passenger 57, Wesley Snipes, great action classic. Might consider upgrading to Blu-ray someday because I did have a blast watching it again. Next up, I finally caved and I purchased, also again for about €5, the only Clint Eastwood film which he stars in, which I have not seen and I have never owned before until this very day right here. Paint Your Wagon, Lee Marvin, Clint Eastwood, Gene Seberg. A comedy western musical. Not one I'm gonna be in a rush. I'm sorry for the glare, guys. Not one I'm gonna be in a rush to check out. I know Gareth Video Tasties wants me to do a first time live watch on his channel because he has a film on VHS. We could do a watch party of it, but I'm considering it. You know, at least I won't be alone suffering through this for the first time if I watch it. I will have Gareth there, so I'm considering it. But yeah, this is not a film I've been looking forward to particularly. But you know, as a Clint Eastwood fan, I've been trying to get most of his movies on physical media. This one, luckily, has no Blu-ray or 4K, and I don't think that will happen in the near future because it's not a appreciated film. So finally have it on DVD. I probably will never have to purchase a upgrade or something, so happy about that. But yeah, there you go. Moving on to a bit more better material, if you will. I picked up the final season of Modern Family in Germany, in my physical media store in Germany. The 11th and final. This glare is killing me. Wait a minute. Yeah, that's a little bit better, although I am revealing titles now. Okay. So yeah, it's the 11th and final season of this show. I have all the other 10 seasons on DVD. Now I picked up the final season. It's a show I really like, Modern Family. Not least of all because it had Ed O'Neill. That was sort of my reason to watch it because I'm a huge fan of Married with Children. Al Bundy. He plays a totally different sort of character in this show, but there's still occasionally some signs of Al Bundy coming through right there. And of course you have the lovely Sofia Vergara. I don't need to go in it. It's a show I really like, so picked up the final season. Next up, moving over to Blu-ray pickups. I bought this John Travolta 2010 action film, From Paris with Love, which I think is a very underappreciated film. Very cool look for John Travolta. I think it was the first time he shaved his head for a film. Of course, nowadays he has shaved his head permanently because he is bald, but for this one he shaved his hair. I believe he had fake hair for years after, and then he finally decided to shave it off a few years ago and decide to just, own up to the fact that he's bald. So, but yeah, From Paris with Love. I know Ricky, all AF reviewers, he really likes this film. So yeah, it's I haven't checked it out yet. I'm yet to revisit it because it has been quite a few years. But I'm looking forward to watching this film again, going into it sort of fresh because I don't remember too much about it. I remember liking it, but yeah. Anyway, next up is a box set I picked up in Germany around Christmas time. A series that I've never really thoroughly checked out until now. This is the Pirates of the Caribbean 5 movie collection. It includes all 5 Pirates of the Caribbean films. I've checked out the first 3. I'm yet to check out 4 and 5. But they're all in there. Black Pearl, Dead Man's Chest, At World's End, Stranger Tides, and Salazar's Revenge. I think it's the 5th one. But yeah, they're all right there. Let's show you the individual cases. So yeah, I've seen the first one, but I just sort of never had the incentive or whatever to check out the other ones, which I saw this box set. I think it was 20 euros or something. It was pretty cheap for 5 films. I was like, you know what, I'm gonna give these films a shot. So yeah, the Pirates of the Caribbean, this is the very first one. Dead Man's Chest, right there, the second one. Great role by Johnny Depp in these films. You know, especially after the Emperor trial, I became an even bigger fan of his than I already was, but which might have also led to me wanting to see these films. But the third one at World's End, which actually surprised me, had Chow Yun-fat in it, which is of course, famous Asian action star who, of course, starred in some great John Woo films. But this is part I haven't seen this one yet. I've seen up until 3 now. This one I'm yet to check out. Probably will do in the next year, obviously in the new year. But that's Stranger Tides with Penelope Cruz in it, which, I mean, I don't know. The first 3 are really Trilogy. I think these 2 sort of stand on their own from what I can gather. But anyway, here's the final one and the 5th one, and there probably won't be another one. But Johnny Depp, Javier Bardem, Jeffrey Rush, and Pirates of the Caribbean: Salazar's Revenge. I think another title for this was Dead Men Tell No Tales. I think I remember it being advertised like that. But yeah, you have to check that one out. But anyway, yeah, there you go. The Pirates of the Caribbean 5-film collection, which was a cheapie from Germany. I was like, you know what, I think the time is right to pick them up. So here we go. While I was in Germany, I also picked up this newly released spaghetti western. I saw it lying there. I was like, hey, it saves me the trouble of ordering on Amazon, which I usually do for the spaghetti westerns. This is, again, the Germans call it, surprise, surprise, a Django film, but this is called A Dirty Story in the West. I think it's the Italian title. It's called Johnny Hamlet because it is sort of a spaghetti western version of the Shakespeare story of Hamlet. And it's also called The Wild and the Dirty, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, the original Italian title translates to A Dirty Story in the West, which it has a few extras. Again, it's a media book, special edition by the Germans. Here's the Blu-ray. Let's quickly flip through it to try to avoid the glare as much as possible. But yeah, I haven't checked it out yet. We'll do so again in the new year. Here is Johnny Hamlet, another one of the many titles for this film. This one actually is directed by Italian genre specialist, if you will, because he did quite a few films in multiple genres. Enzo G. Castellari, who also did the original Inglourious Bastards. And he did plenty of films in the spaghetti western genre and in the Euro crime genre. I think he even did one giallo, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, there he is, the man himself, Enzo G. Castellari. A little bio on him, I'm imagining there. This is about the actor in the film. Also, genre regular Horst Frank, German actor, is in this film. Always played a great bad guy. He was sort of the second Klaus Kinski in a way. There's the Italian title, Italian poster. There's Horst Frank again, and here's the DVD. So there you go. And this German title actually translates to Django the Grave Diggers Are Waiting. Something to that effect. Next up, this one I also couldn't pass up on. Of course, me being 101 Bronson, I saw this media book in Germany in the store of Someone Behind the Door. 1970 or 71 French, British, I think, co-production, a crime thriller, not necessarily crime thriller, but it's a thriller mystery in which Charles Bronson, in one of his prime physique looks, he looks amazing in this film. This is Bronson in his prime. He plays a amnesiac who gets washed up sort of at a beach, or found at a beach, and he's brought to this brain doctor, or something to that effect, played by Anthony Perkins, who has trouble with his wife, played by Jill Ireland, and he sort of manipulates Charles Bronson as an amnesiac into thinking that he's married to Jill Ireland, and tries to use Bronson to kill Jill Ireland, which whether he succeeds or not, you're gonna have to watch the film to find out, but as you saw from the picture there, at least he comes close. So yeah, media book, there's the great Charles Bronson. So yeah, when I saw that there was a release on Blu-ray of this film in Germany in a media book form, I couldn't pass up on it, because A, I love media books, B, I have plenty of media books of Bronson films in my collection already, and C, well, it's Charles Bronson, so. But yeah, a lot of text, more text and pictures for this media book actually, but there you go, someone behind the door. This fucking glare's really driving me crazy, but oh, there's a cool shot, which by the way is a bit misleading, because Bronson, I don't think wields a gun in this film, but anyway, they had to sell the movie, I guess, so there you have someone behind the door, murder behind the door is what the Germans call it. Next up, this one was a gift. We're moving over to the 4Ks. Now this box set here on 4K was a gift from my mother for Christmas. My mom bought me these. It's the Back to the Future trilogy on 4K. Again, she picked it up while we were in Germany for me. So yeah, the Back to the Future films. Check out the first one. The transfer's excellent. You have to check out the sequels. I have seen the films, of course, before. But yeah, here they are on glorious 4K, which I know I've said I'm only gonna sort of upgrade my top 10 and just all my all-time favorites on 4K, but and indeed these were a gift, so you know, I'm happy to have them. I'm happy to have them because I haven't owned them on any other format before, so it's at least it's not like I'm upgrading them to Blu-ray to 4K for the hell of it, you know. Just anyway, Back to the Future Part 3. Of course, as a lot of you might suspect, is the one that interests me the most, or not necessarily interests me the most, but sort of grabs me the most because it's set in the West. They time travel to the old, you know, West, and there are some Clint Eastwood references and stuff. But yeah, no, the Back to the Future trilogy. What can I say about it? It's a great collection of movies. Looking forward to watching the sequels in 4K. And this one here, the last one, also in 4K, I picked up for myself because this is definitely, if you guys know me, this is definitely one of my all-time favorite movies. Not necessarily top 10, but definitely one of my all-time favorites and more rewatchable films. I bought the Rambo First Blood 40th anniversary 4K steelbook in Germany. This one, I think this exact same edition came out in the UK as well. I think maybe it even did in the US. But yeah, Rambo First Blood on 4K. I know that the UK, you had that great collector's set that I think my buddy Carlos Eastwood Fly fan, he did a video on that, and he did an unboxing and a thorough in-depth look, which if you guys are interested, the link will be below in the comment and in the description box. But yeah, here you go. First of all, you have this beautiful steelbook with great artwork. Welcome to Hope. You got the shot of Rambo from the back walking into the town. Man, I can't believe this film is 40 years old. It's baffling. But here you got your 4K disc. Here you got your Blu-ray, and there's some artwork. There is a design behind it from the scene in which Rambo corners Will Teasel in the forest, and you have the famous you know, "In time you the law, out here it's me. Don't push it, I'll give you what you won't believe." You got the famous scene, the one that everybody knows from the film. The late great Brian Dennehy there as Will Teasel. He doesn't get enough recognition. He did a fantastic job in the film as Teasel. But yeah, man, one of my all-time favorite movies here, and this one looked very good on 4K, I must say. I don't know if it's a brand new remaster or a scan or whatever, or transfer, because I know this one has been on 4K for a while, but it certainly looked great. So, and you also have a, I think, 40-page booklet, very glossy booklet, so I expect a lot of glare. Oh yeah, here's the sort of the slip cover for the steelbook, which is cool. It's really cool. What I like on the steelbook itself is that the letters of First Blood is sort of embossed on it, so that's cool. But here you have the booklet, which they have some great pictures in here. Unfortunately, text is in German, but you know, again, there is a UK and US edition. I'm sure people have done a video of this, and you can sort of read it in English there. But yeah, Sylvester Stallone, and arguably his second breakthrough role, you know, after Rocky, because he was sort of in a bit of a slump after Rocky. His only success was with the Rocky films, because Fist didn't do well, Paradise Alley didn't do well, Nighthawks didn't do well, Escape to Victory didn't do well. He only did well in the Rocky sequels until First Blood came around, and that was the film to sort of break the streak of you know, films besides Rocky films being a dud in terms of box office and critical reception and stuff. But interestingly, in the 80s, it was only Rocky and Rambo that was sort of his big films. Even though I love Cobra, I love Lockup, I love pretty much everything the man has ever done, to be frank. But anyway, yeah, there you have the great police station scene. Here you have him in the forest. This is a cool shot of Sly there and the sort of makeshift poncho. Here you have the iconic scene again. Let it go, let it go. No, we will not make any Frozen jokes. I'm above that. This is yeah, from the very ending. Again, from the police escape scene, escape from the police station. There's again the late great Brian Dennehy. It's Will Teasel. If looks could kill. It's a long road. Yeah, man, I love Rambo. First Blood is still my favorite. I think Rambo 2 has some of the best action scenes. Rambo 3 excels in the action. Rambo 4 is really, really close to First Blood for me. I think Rambo 4 is my second favorite in the series, but and I'm one of the people who actually did really enjoy Last Blood. I thought it was a very good film. But yeah, here's the late great Richard Crenna as Colonel Troutman. Of course, he has some of the best lines in the entire film, and they're all about, you know, Rambo and how badass Rambo is. You know, he's a man who's been trained to ignore pain, ignore weather, live the land, eat things that'll make a billy go puke. In Vietnam, his job was to dispose of enemy personnel, to kill, period. Went by attrition, and Rambo was the best. Here you have that cool shot from when he's in the forest. He's hunting down Teasel's man. And that's it for this release. And coincidentally, for this pickup video, we're gonna go quickly and move over to a different camera perspective, of course, for the outro. And man, the screen has gone dark now. There we go. Fantastic edition. I'm glad I picked this one up. At least I have some form of a special edition for one of my favorite Sylvester Stallone films. You know how much I love Sly. Huge fan of him. It's always Rocky over Rambo for me. As much as I do love Rambo, it's Rocky over Rambo for me personally. But I can't deny that I do love me a bit of Rambo. So anyway, we're gonna go to the outro right now. So there you guys have it. That was the update for December 2022. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you do, as always, hit that like button, you know, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff, all that good stuff. And I will see you all very soon in the next video. I'm gonna get back on track. A few announcements. Now January, we're gonna do a big marathon on the Video Tasties channel. Let's see how far we go anyway, but we're gonna try to do all 5 Dirty Harry films on his channel as watch parties. And Carlos Eastwood for Life fan might join us as a guest. We're still trying to win him over, working it out. No, he has pretty much said he will be down to do it, so it's just a matter of planning everything right. But it might be with Carlos Eastwood for Life, and we'll be making, I think it will be his first live stream appearance. So that's going to be interesting. We hope everything will work out, and then we're going to have a blast watching Dirty Harry, Magnum Force, The Enforcer, Sudden Impact, and the Deadpool. That's 5 films, and I think Garrett wants to do 1 a week, which there's only 4 weeks in January, so it's good. Anyway, it's going to be a lot of fun, and after that we'll open the door for some other Eastwood films, including Paint Your Wagon, perhaps. No, anyway, in all seriousness, there are a few live streams on the Video Tasties channel planned. Of course, I will do community posts when they happen. I think the first one I can announce is going to be January the 7th, which is next Saturday. We're going to do the first Dirty Harry, the original, the classic, and as a surprise on my channel, I might do reviews of the Dirty Harry films as well. So stay tuned for that. And keep punching right into the new year. I will see you all very soon. Stay beautiful, stay frosty, stay healthy, all the good stuff. And take care.